training our muscles, eating more protein, and getting more movement in our lives. But what about our brains? Well, today, Sherry with Nashville Fit magazine is here to talk about mental fitness. He's teaming up with licensed clinical social worker Robert of Elument Nashville Psychedelic Therapy. Welcome in. We have so many questions per usual, but a lot on this. So Robert, he says he's providing a journey towards newfound inspiration and lasting change. So what is psychedelic therapy?
Yeah, psychedelic therapy is a combination of the psychedelic medicine with
With this?
a therapeutic container and a medical container.
Can you reach out to Social Indoor and ask them for their
Dissociative psychedelic
average estimated reach
safely used in emergency
that we can include in our marketing pitch?
children. So we're able to currently legally, safely use that. We're hoping to add MDMA, psilocybin, some other stuff in the next 1, 2, 3 years as those become available by the FDA or DEA. But so we combine the medicine with supported therapy throughout the entire process. With our clients, we do some preparation sessions before the first psychedelic session, and then during the psychedelic session, usually about 2.5 to 3 hours with ketamine. We are with the clients the whole time. It's a medical container with nursing staff, medical staff, if needed. We have to have it if need that, but it's nice to have it. And then we do integration sessions afterwards to help people make sense of the experience.
So how is it administered?
So with ketamine, there's a couple options. There's just a really small injection in the upper arm, think like allergy shot, or a sublingual lozenge that people just hold in their mouth for a little while.
What are we treating here? So you talked about trauma, but what kind of trauma?
Yeah, ketamine, one of the great things about ketamine is it's a pretty broad application.
Paper plate just
We work with childhood trauma, adult trauma, so usually that's a little bit more. We've done work with veterans, first responders. It could be like a car wreck, some sort of usually single event in adulthood. I think we've also worked with relationship struggles, maybe abuse from that type of trauma. But yeah, it's from like a traditional mental health perspective. You would think like anxiety, depression, but we really view it more as like a whole system wellness. So we want to work with the mind and the body. A lot of our trauma is stored in the body, and just a lot of charge. Throughout lifetime we get our bumps and bruises, and so we want to work that out just kind of in the whole system, which is part of our excitement about partnering with Nashville Fit and their wellness perspective.
Yeah, tell us about that partnership.
Yeah, I mean, this makes perfect sense for that reason. Like a lot of times that trauma makes its way into a session, a personal training session with a client and a trainer, and it's hard to know how to handle those situations. And this partnership gives people that resource, right? It's a tool in the toolbox. Us at Nashville Fit, we want to make Nashville a healthier place, and this is one of the ways that we do that holistically, right? Is having this resource that we can share this information and really educate Nashville. So
I would say it starts with the education, because I didn't even know about any of this. So we wanted to bust some myths today while you're here on set with us, and I'd love to start with, is this unsafe?
So the short answer is ketamine and psychedelics are generally safe. I mean, the more nuanced version, right, is like everything has some risk. I think what we do at Elument really well is we screen for that risk. We have a psychological kind of therapeutic intake. We have a medical intake. And we really want to set a container of safety. Also part of our sessions prior to our first psychedelic experience are setting up skills and internal resources for our clients. So there's some internal safety during the experience. But everything has guardrails around it, and but I would say simple answer is it's generally safe.
What about addictive? Is it addictive?
Short answer, not really. I mean, when used recreationally, not in a therapeutic container, I mean, there are some stories with people having some struggles with it. In our setting, I mean, that's extremely rare. We have yet to run into that or anything even close to that. So I would say not particularly addictive, especially when we have that controlled environment, medical staff there. I mean, we have very controlled dosing. It's a collaborative process. We also check in with our clients throughout, and that's one of the things we talk to them about, just kind of seeing if anything's coming up around that. But I mean, we've successfully worked with clients even with addiction histories.
Okay, and really quick, is this a one-time fix? And expand on what that fix looks like.
Yeah, so we tend to view this as like an ongoing process. Now, we have had some clients with some pretty profound experiences, even with one session. There's great research with ketamine, for example, with like suicidality. People have a very significant shift often with just one ketamine session. So people can have a profound shift, but I think similar to kind of like getting in physical shape, right? I mean, we can make some good leaps, some good changes, but it's really this kind of big process that we look at.
So fascinating. Thank you both. I appreciate it. Love this partnership. Everyone, get started and find your favorite fitness routine. Visit NashvilleFitMagazine.com and be sure to find out more about Elument.